Yo, check, check, check. Yo, this is amazing. Amazing, yeah? Anyways, let's get to it. So the thing is that recently the Schiller Institute had an event where I didn't know that freaking Nick Brana was going to be attending this event. But you could see over here, let me share my screen with you. Do you see that Nick Brana says that he's actually presenting at 2 p.m. at the Schiller Institute? Now the thing is that, right? If you take a look at, like, I went over, and by the way, I definitely and I'll show that later, right? I emailed Diane Sayre all of this. Yeah. I emailed her all of this. The fact of the matter is that, right, half the board resigned due to sexual assault allegations placed upon Nick Brana. Half of his fucking board resigned. But they're featuring him. You know why? Because they want the access to Jimmy Dore, and they will do anything to get it. And they will, right? The work that I did on the assignment, as in terms of pressuring, over 200 days of going at, let's take a look at that right there. You know what I mean? This is just unbelievable. They definitely have been given, wait, let me bring that up on my screen. Let me show the emails that I sent to them. They definitely know about all of this. It's just so frustrating. It really is, yeah. It's unbelievably frustrating. Let me see if I can bring it up. I don't want to show all my emails, you know what I mean? But, let's see, where's that Sayre? Okay. Yeah. Let's show the email that I sent to Diane Sayre right now. Let's go ahead. When it comes to the hard work investigating election fraud, will Jackson Hinkle help you? No, but I would. Maybe Dan has you also wrapped up as Dan Burke. Now that I'm banned from the whole movement. And the thing is that right now, you take a look at Dan Burke, and this is really troubling, right? This is what elitism has, and a lot of women get wrapped up in this unfortunate bullshit, you know what I mean, straight up. So let's take a look at Dan Burke. Caleb Maupin, yeah? In fact, I believe that Dan Burke is the one who talked Caleb Maupin into restarting his bullshit, yeah? They're embarrassed, but Caleb Maupin chats with Dan Burke of the Taylor. Now they taking it down, yeah? They playing all kinds of games. Google still has you in the thing. Caleb Maupin is my friend. Wow, okay. Is that still posted up? I'd like to see that one. The political elimination of CPI should not have been allowed. So he's resurrecting CPI, right? Yeah. Even though Caleb Maupin is out there spanking and abusing the workers. Here I have on my channel, right? I encourage you guys to take a look, yeah? Now, the Larouche Institute thinks that I am disposable, and it's quite ironic in Thanksgiving, right, that the brown man who was originally there on day one, right, yeah, fighting for things like this, right? Jackson Hinkle has been around this. They're really eating at the clout train. It's fucking disgusting. Here we could see that listen, I was kicked out by that time, right? You see a whole list of videos over here that show the problems with Nick Brana, right? Half of his board resigned. Yeah? Will any right of the press, including Status Quo, cover this story? We're gonna see. I highly doubt it, right? Yeah? They're still working together. It's controlled opposition. People want to believe Status Quo. Keith, you want to believe Status Quo because the one time, right? Yeah? It looked like he was on board. No. No. I've been right every fucking time, bro. But the person gets it right it's fucking so frustrating. I'm just gonna look that up, right? Yeah, half the board resigns. Half the board removed investigation alleged sexual harassment by Nick Brana. Half the fucking board resigns. Here's fucking Cornel West. He ain't gonna say shit either. MPB board members purged. There's multiple purges. They got rid of, right? Yeah. Here he's using the N-word and stuff, right? Yeah, there's a real
meetings with people in the coordinating circles, signed up.
And I'm telling you right now that, you know what I mean, the press has built her up to be somebody, but not me. I'm not allowed to be anybody in this. She's my replacement. What is the... They got a petition together. That's nice, yeah. I had a whole bunch of people lined up. Let me show you some other stuff from... this is... So, look, I work with a lot of minority communities, and there's something about the Schiller Institute that honestly, I was liking. I'm not going to say, like, it was all bad. But their willingness to sell out the workers? What kind of communism is this? Now, the thing is that some people, such as We Need Critical Thinking, okay, they said, oh, you know, you ain't shit, Ed. You've never hung with a famous person from Iran like Caleb Maupin has. Guess what? We brought fucking Bobby Seale to my school to talk, man. That's right, the founder of the Black Panthers. My time goes way back. I have a lot of people that, right? Hey, you don't know nobody. What about the only unionized Chinese restaurant in all of New York City, bro? You know what I mean? That's Nelson Marr right there, man. Just because, you know what I mean? Yo, I have bona fides, bro. You know what I mean? The Wolfpack, I'm just getting back with them right now. But they think that they're legit because Jimmy Dore, right? Or fucking, you know, the famous people are backing Caleb Maupin because he's part of that fucking aristocracy of, you know, political and media leadership that suppresses and steps on the workers. What kind of, yo, I know some people from, you know what I mean, from that whole squad, the fucking Larouchians, you know what I mean? And I'm not completely against Larouche or whatever, you know what I mean? But I want you to really think about what type of communist movement, right? You guys call yourself communists. What kind of fucking communist movement, right? Yeah. Chases the leadership and deifies them while completely disregarding the fucking workers. It's the bourgeoisie. They are you all know the Communist Manifesto, right? Yeah. That's the bourgeoisie that in their disease-ridden bullshit, you know what I mean, is fucking oppressing people like me. What about this? 130 days of MP refusing to hold a vote for Assange? And now who y'all embracing is Caleb Maupin and Nick Brana? Yo, do you guys even know the history behind Nick Brana? Yo, y'all embracing this weirdo sex shit. You know what I mean? Yo, Dave Chappelle said what? He said, y'all weren't against, you know what I mean? Y'all weren't against the theft. Y'all just didn't like your cut on Thanksgiving. For you to step on a man who looks like me, honestly, Native Americans and Asian Americans have some ties. It's a distance. Honestly, Native Americans got it way harder than we did. Luckily, you know, those of us who didn't cross the land bridge, you know what I mean? We only got bombs dropped on us. I mean, they had the whole entire disease genocide thing going, you know what I mean? And now they're living on reservations. I mean, at least, right, yeah? At least I'm only getting cucked over here. This is all documentable, right? Yeah, here I'm calling out Socialist MMA, Big Talk, Little Talk, Andrew Yang, Frank Analysis, New York City Free Assange, Tulsi Gabbard, right? Yeah. I mentioned Nico House. I mentioned so many people. That was the which one is this one? Okay, let's see. I mentioned so many people in my fight for this one. Who okay, Andrew Legani, right? Yeah, he was actually heading the Connecticut. Nick Brana, right? For hundreds of days, every day on Twitter, I posted another thing, right? Yeah, I tagged so many people: Jimmy Dore, Combo Couch. None of them talked about this. But fuck the people that actually did the work. Hundreds of days, yeah? Here's the evidence of my work on the issue, right? For People's Party, Asian Americans are dispensable. They got rid of me, right? Yeah, I tagged Cornel West, Jimmy Dore, asking for Assange. I begged for help so many times. But no one's gonna help a fucking Asian man, you know what I mean? Basically Native American. Basically the same shit, you know what I mean? So it's real, so go ahead, Diane, right? Recently she sent an email out, right? Yeah. Let's see right here, yeah. She sent an email, right? Yeah. It's fucking disgusting. Happy and contemplative Thanksgiving? Yeah, let's think about it, yeah? To reflect on the founding of based on the principle of doing good, and doing good is promoting Nick Brana and Caleb Maupin. I'm a victim, a generational victim of war. I ran away from home at the age of 16 due to the extreme violence that I faced. The extreme fucking violence that I faced as a result of the fucking Korean, the imperialism going on in Korea. And the people in Korea are starving like Ethiopia conditions, and y'all don't give a nobody's saying for us. The pain of Asian American men, the pain of people in Asia is back in the 70s, y'all got worked up because y'all saw how brutal it was. Y'all saw how we was dying out there. And there was an anti-war movement that provoked a whole revolution in this country. The inhumanity of it. Then the CIA said, you know what? We're not going to show those pictures anymore. And I'm telling you that the Schiller Institute and Larouchians are doing the same fucking thing. I'm not legitimate because I never met the Iran fucking leader. Yo, fuck you, I met with Bobby Seale, motherfucker. I could name more, you know what I mean? You want me to go there? I got 30 years in this. I met the original VP back in the 90s of the Green Party. I've been in the Green Party for over 30 years. Yo, just because you don't know about, you know what I mean, what I've done or accomplished, right, doesn't mean that I ain't nobody. Just because Jimmy Dore isn't fucking willing to fucking acknowledge my work, such as 200 consecutive days, actually it was 285 consecutive days, right, yeah, of me fucking, you know what I mean, but I started on day 80 because before, right, yeah, before I started, you know, tweeting every single day, I started tweeting on day 80 to 280, but, you know, before I was sending emails, I was asking for a meeting, I was trying to start a subcommittee, right, yeah, I was trying to do it through the process, but every time that I tried to get Assange onto the platform, I was shut down. And I said, you know what, like, I was just given dismissive answers, and now, right, yeah, what did Nick Brana do to deserve his fucking place at the Schiller Institute fucking thing here, at the World what the fuck was that again? What did Caleb Maupin? Daniel Burke has an Asian wife, bro. I'm telling you right now. He can't find a white wife, so he had to find some Asian lady. That's the role of Asian people. So go ahead, China. I know China's backing y'all up. I don't know if they're giving y'all money. Go ahead, China. Give these fucks money. Go ahead, do it, China. You talk about the way that, you know, Asians are treated by the West, and these are your allies. What about fucking Asian Americans here in fucking Asia? I'm speaking to the Chinese fucking government, yeah? Go ahead and back these people. They say you're your allies. Don't fall for that shit. It's the same thing as Thanksgiving. The white people are going to come in. I'm not anti-white straight up. But they're going to move right in. They're going to fuck your women. They're going to get rid of all the dudes, no matter what you've done for them, and no matter what. I fucking recommended fucking Sarah because, you know, they like science, and I like Sarah more. I know it's not really Sarah pushing for this. She's just going along with this fucking Daniel Burke piece of shit. I know that, you know, I think Daniel Burke has it in with Helga. I think they got a close relationship, and he's pressuring, and I don't want to believe that Diane is part of this. I really don't. But Diane, it's time to speak out. You know me. They never went to that fucking on the ground shit with Assange. I never seen his ass. It was Diane Sayre and Suzanne. Maybe Suzanne's on board for this shit too. I know she's not crazy about me. Whatever. And what about Jose Vega? I like Jose Vega, but he said he was a fan of mine. He's a direct action type of guy. I do kind of like Jose Vega, but I'm telling you, man. Under Kayla's... Oh, what? Under Kayla's leadership, CPI did something in 2022 that made a significant positive in the state of the world. They brought together principled opponents of the Anglo-American oligarchy. You are the Anglo-American oligarchy, you piece of shit. Daniel Burke, fucking Jackson Hinkle, and Nick Brana and Caleb Maupin. You're just straight up the Anglo-American oligarchy, man. Why am I... You know what I mean? And now you're bringing in the Nick Brana, who's using the N-word at meetings and shit and fucking purging away fucking hundreds of volunteers, including one of the only third-party professors in the nation. Our Revolution LA, right? You know, because you know why? You know why they doing this, honestly? Right, yeah? I know why they doing this, really. Is it because... Honestly, I don't really think it's because they have some type of like huge white agenda, even though Daniel Burke is willing to take advantage of this and that, right? Yeah? They doing it for the clout. They doing it because they think that this is a pathway in for them to get on Jimmy Dore and to really expand their influence. And they don't care who the fuck they gotta burn on the way to fucking get it done. How American. What to bring in Nick Brown on Thanksgiving. That's quite fucking poetic. And for those Larouchians out there that are watching this, yeah, who think that I don't have any fucking thing to talk about just because, you know, it's not recognized, yeah. Back in those days, I didn't take pictures and stuff, but I have a lot of people that I've met too, and I've been in this game for a long time, and I'm not a slacker, as you can tell, yeah? But you have your biases that Asian men are incompetent and weak. And nobody backs me up because they all understand the uselessness of a piece of shit like me. What has Daniel Burke ever done for people with disabilities? What has he ever done for minorities other than fuck an Asian American woman? Show me. Show me what he's ever done for workers. He sits in a fucking chair in his fucking suit. He's management. He's not fucking one of us. He's not a worker. He's not the proletariat. He's a bourgeoisie. The bourgeoisie is part of the proletariat. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you want to talk all this theory shit? You know what I mean? There's a difference between theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge. Working knowledge, yeah? Wake the fuck up. This is... Believing celebrities, that's how that FTX shit went down. People following Tom Brady. He's great at playing football. That doesn't mean he's great as a fucking crypto guy. But y'all fucking mistaking one thing for another. Maybe Daniel Burke is a good theoretician, man. I'm not going to take it all away from him, right? Yeah. He had to have something to get up to that point, right? Yeah. But that doesn't mean he's perfect. And, right, there needs to be a push within the organization, right? You saw me emailing Sarah. Right, yeah? There's got to be a process for little people like me, frontline workers, right, to actually, right, get our concerns addressed at some point. There has to be some process. There has to be some type of way, right, yeah, other than just following the dictates of the great leader above us. You know, Helga's in Europe. She's not here in New York. She doesn't know what's going on here. And Daniel Burke is manipulating that to his own advantage. Multiple sexual assault victims. This is a pattern of behavior that is unfortunately being given a home under the Larouche. I know Larouchians are the people, or the things that they say mean that they are a moral people. Meaning that they are a principled people. They believe in science and shit like that. Observe for yourself. You know what science is. Science is direct observation. Science is asking questions. I kind of like the Larouchians. I'm not here to cut down the Larouchians. I'm here to criticize the leadership and ask and tell them to tell the base. They're going to start smearing shit about me. Go ahead. You know, Larouchians know what it's like to be smeared, so go ahead. Yeah. They'll recognize it because it happened to yourselves for a long time. The same shit. Daniel Burke thinks he knows so much. Fucking disgusting. That's why they suppress my work. Because they can't stand up to it. Nick Brana against me, right? Yeah. And unfortunately, my allies have not been strong enough as in terms of backing me up. They know I do good work. But when it comes, and I'm going to say, it's even in the public housing too, right? Sika, fucking Save Section 9. You're going to see, right? Yeah, I got love for them, right? I'm still making material for them, but they are not going to repay me. They don't have to repay me because I don't have the power to. So they can just say, yo, great work, Ed, you know what I mean? And then that's all I'm ever going to get. Meanwhile, there are people who did less are going to get raised to the fucking sky. Same thing with these fucking fucking Nick Brana, really. Speaking at the fucking event, you know, what did Nick Brana do to earn the anti-imperialist stance? Has he been a victim of war? He's never experienced the violence like me. He never has. And Dan Burke's gonna aim the youth at me. And aim fucking piece of shit at me. You've never gone through the violence like I have. You never have. But you will sit in your comfortable chairs and you won't have to look at the blood being spilt. That's only for us brown people or us yellow people to fucking live through. You have your black enablers. So I guess it's all right. Black people say you're cool, so. Even Malcolm X many times cited the suffering and the struggle of the people in Asia. Many times. Many times. The suffering of Asian people defined the 70s and 60s. That's been erased. Half the board was not elected. The board was appointed by Nick Brana. Appointed, and they quit. Half of them quit. Appointed by Nick Brana, hired by Nick Brana, his own people. Yeah? It wasn't like they was elected in, like there was a power struggle. No. Nick Brana handpicked his people, then he started fucking around and abusing his authority. That is not communism. Commune, right? Communal, right? We're coming together, not under this name. This person gets to do whatever the fuck they want. Now there's a new fucking hierarchy, upper class. Unfortunately, right? That is forming at the Schiller Institute. Immune to the common people, immune to the concerns, and immune to reality. Caleb Maupin is Daniel Burke's friend. I get that, right? When you're under a tough situation, you gotta, I get that. You gotta look out for your friends. But, let's be real. Don't expect him to be an impartial judge. He's gonna work in their interests, whether it's for the good of the commune or not. That's called corruption. and that is actually hurting the whole fucking movement. You think that, yeah, you're gonna get, yeah, like this will actually push the Larouchians maybe, you know, name up, but you're gonna lose so much legitimacy fucking with Caleb Mop and Spank Boy. He admitted the shit, number one. Then also, right, yeah, Nick Brana, also together now, where half his own board resigned. Maybe Jimmy Dore's cut ties with Nick Brana. Maybe he hasn't, yeah, but he's not. He's went real far from Nick. They say, you know, they call it what? Pot committed, right? Yeah. He put so much money into Nick Brana in the pot, right? Fucking destroying one fucking person after the next, right? Fuck Ed Lee, fuck Renee Johnston, fuck, you know what I mean? Fuck Joe Burham, fuck Mark Mixon, fuck, you know, our Revolution LA. You know what I mean? There's so many people that Jimmy Dore fucked over, right? Yeah, defending Nick Brana, right? Yeah. That now he's really like, he can't, it's hard for him to back up and say, you know what? I fuck up Nick Brana's an asshole. You know what I mean? Maybe they should have a fucking actual election over there at MPP. Maybe they should, People's Party. Maybe people, oh my God, yeah? Maybe People's Party should actually have a fucking election. They had a sham election, but maybe People's Party should actually, right, yeah? The elected leaders in Washington State, the elected leaders here in New York, right, yeah? Maybe we should pay attention to that shit. Maybe the people, right, get to speak instead of the selected, right, few that are just parroting their agenda. So, I hope the Larouchians are watching this shit, and I hope that y'all start to ask questions within yourselves, right? Yeah? Look around you, right? Yeah? Is this truly a people's party? Or are your thought leaders sacrificing certain elements so they can come up while literally abandoning the workers and not giving the workers, you know what? I'm not saying that like it's sometimes, right? Yeah, I could see that being a play. I not saying that's good, right? Yeah. Sometimes, right? Yeah. I could see that, you know, but the thing is that the people who are being sacrificed should have some say in it and should have, right? Yeah, you don't get to decide for that community. Oh, this community is going to go into the trash, so this community can be brought up. If that community decides to say, you know what, we want to sacrifice ourselves, and we're going to put more ourselves into this, you know, for the good of the group, then that's allowable, and that's cool, and that's consensual, yeah. But y'all are making decisions on your own, and y'all are making decisions without the workers. That is not communism. That's just a new form of monarchy. That's an oligarchy. That is literally Anglo-American oligarchy. Dan Burke, Caleb Mop and Jackson Hinkle, Helga LaRouche, you know what I mean, Diane Sayre. You got, what about me? You better, you're leaning on Dennis now pretty hard. You got Dennis, right? You got one black guy and his wife, Lynn Speed, right? Yeah. In your youth group, right? You suckered in some other people. But I have the evidence of hundreds of days me fighting for Assange, right? Yeah. But y'all gonna overlook that for the nuclear war, and that's why y'all gotta put Jackson Hinkle and by the way, I've also Medea Benjamin also has been in contact with you know, I emailed every single person at Code Pink. Every single person. I'm banned from their server right now. I emailed every single person at Code Pink about the sexual allegations going on in the People's Party. But they don't give a fuck either. They're not willing to give up their little cushy, you know, when you look at the People's Party, you know, that convention they had with all those superstar celebrities, the whole entire fucking the advisory council fucking quit. But they didn't say anything public so they could get shuffled back in, right? They quit. They're not on the website anymore, right? Susan Sarandon, fucking, you know what I mean? They're not, but they won't say anything bad. They're just quietly fading back, right? Why? Because they know the shit's fucked up. But then, you know, if they start to win again, they'll go with the fucking winners in this fight. What the fuck is the BRI? A small group of people decide to serve Caleb up to the court of public opinion in an arena dominated by hateful breadtube streamers who despise Caleb for his ability to reach large numbers of people with a message of peace with Russia and China. I hope Chinese people are watching this. I hope the government of China is watching this. I hope that the government of Russia is watching this. But especially China. Especially China. Look at the way they treat me. Maybe they're useful to the leadership. But they will turn on you the same way they turned on me. And the same way they turned on the Native Americans. How fucking poetic. To have Nick Brana on your fucking... at your events for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Yo. Default was calling me his enemy. I'm the enemy now, huh? I'm just glory seeking? No. Y'all are fucking lifting up Jackson Hinkle. It's not natural. What has he accomplished? Because he's willing to... Man, fuck you. I sent something to the UPA. I told him to fuck off. Joe Burrow wants to be a guy, right? Yeah, well, let's see. I wonder if they even still have that up, right? They probably deleted it. Yeah, Joe Burrow, Nick Brana. They took it down. The thing is that Joe Burham was in the election against Nick Brana, right? Yeah? Joe Burham never talked about my issue, right? Yeah? He just said a lot of soft-ass shit. He didn't really confront any of the issues or speak about previous movements that were fucked over by Nick Brana. I'm very skeptical about status quo being... I believe that's controlled opposition. I could be wrong. I'm extremely skeptical. He's part of that media and political aristocracy. This is controlled opposition. What has he sacrificed? Remember that Jordan Sheridan also doesn't really like... Jordan Sheridan does not like TYT. So, you know, he has something to gain from having a relationship with Jimmy Dore. He's not really on Jimmy Dore's cock, like, you know what I mean? Like Sabby Sabs and fucking Revolutionary Blackout and Jackson Hinkle. But, you know, he's adjacent. $20,000, yo, they spent mad money on a fucking, on some kind of fucking logo. It's just basically they shuffled the money out. It was a scam. It was a straight up scam. So now the Larouchians, right? Yeah. They're okay if you spank people. They're okay if you abuse workers and encourage them to go into prostitution to help pay your bills, to sacrifice for the movement. They're okay. Because Caleb has a good paying job. So he can't go to Venezuela, but he can tell some young kids to go there. Yo, if you're from Venezuela, holla back. If you're from actually, yo, I actually know people from Venezuela. Fuck you. You don't know about that. I know people from Venezuela. What do you know? Yeah, exactly. Nick, yo, I know people from Venezuela. Fuck you. Really? Really? That's one of the most highest murder rate motherfuckers. These people have bullet holes through their bodies. You telling me some gringo's gonna go over there and that shit's just gonna be okay? You definitely gonna get kidnapped. Shut the fuck up. Caleb, go to Venezuela. Fucking beg you. Caleb. Go to Venezuela. Go there. Go there, go there. Prove me wrong, man. Prove me wrong. Go to Venezuela. Show me. You funny, bro. Show me you walk in the streets in Venezuela with your camera. Go ahead. Do that. You go ahead, bro. You're telling other people to do that shit. You have no idea what the fuck. You a fucking studio dude in a suit sitting in your bedroom talking shit. You not a worker. You not out here on these fucking streets. Fuck you. You get to be a part of it, but you don't get to be more than any one of us. I'm not, right? I'm here to take care of people that have, I work with prisoners. I work with, and they get to be part of it. I'm not trying to exclude Caleb. I'm not trying to exclude Hinkle. Not trying to exclude Jimmy Dore. Not trying to exclude anybody. But they don't get to be more than someone else. They don't, we still get to ask questions about what's going on. There still has to be accountability. Yeah. So, fuck you, default. You say I'm the enemy. I say you should still get to be a part of this. That's the difference between me and you piece of shit. And that's what I have to say to the Schiller Institute too, yeah? They flying fucking Jackson Hinkle's promoting financial vehicles, right? Yeah? He's selling financial products on his site. In fact, let's take a, this is fucking hilarious. Let's take, oh, let me just show you Jackson Hinkle. This is hilarious. It's still. He looks like Daniel Burke now. It's fucking. Look at this guy in his suit. Yeah? Is this the leader of the proletariat? in his schnazzy suit right there? No! This is not a proletariat champion.
Do all that good stuff.
Listen, I'm sympathetic to Putin because if he loses power, he's probably gonna die. So I understand, but he's no hero, bro. You know what I mean? He's the one who's saying he's gonna set the nukes off. I'm not saying that the U.S. pressure on him is not kind of like encouraging the situation, because it is. But he's not a fucking hero, bro. Stop that shit. He's just the same. The Russian people don't want a nuclear war. The American people don't want a fucking nuclear war. The Ukrainian people don't want a nuclear war. But the leaders in charge that need to fucking have their shit fucking all there, they're the ones who need to have this fucking war. It's Biden and fucking Putin playing their fucking little power games. The people who actually live in the fucking area, there's no fucking way they find this shit acceptable. But once again, the complete fucking disregard for the people on the actual fucking ground. The complete disregard for the actual fucking workers, for the elites. Yeah? That's what the fucking problem is. There's nothing communal about, you know what I mean, making Putin into some kind of fucking Superman figure that needs to be supported regardless of whatever the fuck thing he's doing. I'm not saying he's all bad, not saying he's all good. The same thing is true for Biden. Not all bad, not all good. Okay? I'm not a fan of Biden. I'm not a fan of Putin either. Right now, the situation where he's in, if I was in his shoes, I probably would be. You got to understand, he's in a tough situation, and he's, right, yeah, and he's threatening to set off the nukes, and you're the one who's backing him up, and you saying you anti-war. Shut the fuck up. He's the one who's probably going to hit the button. He's the one under the most pressure to hit the button to shoot the nukes off. He's got so much to lose. Because he's one of the elites. The regular people on, when the bombs go off, is the bombs going to hit his shit? Maybe, but probably most of the fucking defense is really centered around protecting him. Not the people on the ground in fucking Russia and Ukraine. Not the fucking common people like me. Not the expendable pieces of shit like me. You know what I mean? All the fucking resources go to protect Nick Brana or fucking, you know what I mean? The leaders, the Jackson Hinkles of this world that earned nothing. Or earned way the fuck less than me. Caleb Maupins, oh, we gotta protect all that. all the rest of the elites, right? Daniel Burke. Oh, God, I got protect Caleb Maupin. Because you an elite too, you piece of shit. You're part of the aristocracy. Where's the part where he's selling the financial stuff? He's selling some stuff for people's 501ks or some shit, yeah? Where's the one where he's selling the, he's selling financial products for the 401k or something?
Hawks in DC.
Did he take that one down? They love doing that shit. Was it this one? The dude selling financial products.
Continue to be
like on the stock market and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. He's literally like pumping the U.S. like capitalist market, right? Oh, here it is.
For the return to the gold standard, still does. And also with the Trump network, many others, is there for you. They are there to help protect you from stock market.
He's promoting market shit. Look at this. How to protect your IRA or 401k. He's playing the market in his fucking snazzy ass fucking little suit right there. Is that communism? Yo, get the fuck out of here. They don't swear on camera. They just have sex with the underlings off camera. That's not this is bullshit. I respect Diane Sayre's work ethic. I do. I respect fucking Jose Vega's work ethic. Kinda like him. But friends tell friends the fucking truth. Right? I'm telling you that this Jackson Hinkle, Caleb Maupin shit, Nick Brana shit. The thing is that, right? And trust me, I know. I've been an activist for over 30 years. I understand it. You see a shortcut. You see a shortcut right there. You see, we can get in with the Jimmy Dore crowd. We can access the numbers, right? Yeah, we can build our numbers. But y'all really like putting in at a very fundamental level, right? Some large problems, right? You're hoping that you can just plaster it over, you know what I mean? But you're baking in to your organization a disregard for actual working class people, a disregard for little people, and baking in something that's going to make it so there's no process for accountability or review of your actions, or a way to be reconsider, right? Platforming people like this, or other decisions that are made by the leadership, such as, I believe Helga decided to have some kind of big medical program where everybody's going to keep their, you know, I think they're also promoting the vaccine. So go ahead, Nick Brana, right? Yeah, I dare to ask them about that, right? Yeah. They're promoting the vaccine and a medical plan. I know that's Helga's thing, so I don't think Nick knows that yet. Once again, he hasn't really done a lot with the Larouche people. He was playing with them a little bit in Texas, right? But they're just trying to use each other and leaving other groups behind deliberately. They're playing for the power. I would like to talk to Diane Sayre again, but I think she's shutting me off. Jose Vega too, yeah. They're trying to start a new thing, and they're trying to reestablish control here in New York. I'm sure behind the scenes, right, Jimmy Dore had not been able to do any events in New York City. Jimmy Dore makes $8,000 just by doing a one-night show in North Carolina. They getting rich as fuck. Now this guy's promoting financial tools, how to protect your IRA or 401k. Take your life savings and put them here. You want some FTX bullshit, motherfuckers. Some straight up FTX bullshits. The young and the impressionable. Pushing. What does Jackson know about this shit? He got racial by his own fucking dad. Look that up if you want to. The incompetent, right, that have a certain look can sell a certain story. And certain sucker's gonna believe them. There's certain things I liked about the Larouche community. You know what I mean? They seem to like science and shit, you know what I mean? But I don't know if this is system-wide, and it would be difficult to do that. It's just regular humanity does not promote this type of idea of giving up your own sovereignty and your own independence and your own ability to actually hold people accountable and transparency. Most people will not be for this type of shit. It's going to be a Daniel Burke type of motherfucker, you know what I mean? That's high-ranking the organization, that's pulling strings to make shit like this go down. Hey, look, you know, I'm not saying that your leaders are bad, right? I still think maybe Helga Larouche could be a cool person. Maybe Daniel Burke probably has some positive attributes, right? Yeah. But the fact of the matter is that your leaders have to be accountable and things have to be transparent. There has to be a process for the people who are the workers in the situation to say, you know what? This has to be examined. There has to be a process for, you know what I mean? And does that exist in the Larouche organization or the Schiller Institute? I want to know. So if you're watching, right, instead of, you're going to say all kinds of shit, oh, Ed, you're stupid, Ed, you're bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. That ain't nothing new. But what I really want to see is, and I challenge them to say, you know what, is there a process to review what's going on with this shit? Who made the decision to put Nick Brana on for the organization? I've already challenged, right, the fact that the sex assault shit with the Caleb Maupin is bad. Who's making decisions, and is it possible, right, yeah, that a mistake was made and that this should be reviewed somehow through some committee? There should be some process, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Shit, you know what I mean? Put the evidence together and say, you know what, Ed, here's the evidence where blah, 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 blah. And their argument, right, to me has been, Ed, you just got to fucking eat it. Ed. We're trying to stop the war, Ed. We're trying to stop the war. So whatever fucked up shit they're doing, we need you to overlook it. You didn't stop the fucking war, number one. You didn't win the election. No. Don't fucking lie to me. You want the clout. You want the exposure. You want the numbers. You see the 196,000 subscribers that Jackson Hinkle has? And then instead of choosing someone who actually sacrificed, right, to work on these science stuff, instead of someone who's been with you, right, yeah, you're willing to just go for whoever has the most numbers at the time. So that's the way the game is played. All I got to do is find someone with more subs than Jackson Hinkle, and then I win. I could do anything. I'm a smart and intelligent and hardworking person. I will do that if I have to. I will assemble the coalition myself if I have to. I'm not given any other choice. You think with all the money and numbers that you get to win? Do not forget, you can do all kinds of bloody shit to us. Wipe us out, drop bombs on us, starve us, erase our suffering. But we've been fighting imperialism for millennia. Vietnam and Korea. It's not going to be easy. But y'all, we're on your land now, right? The land you took from Native Americans. Thanksgiving.